Japanese encephalitis, JE, is a viral infection that is transmitted through mosquito bites. It is a leading cause of viral encephalitis in Asia, with an estimated 68,000 cases occurring annually. The virus primarily affects the central nervous system and can cause inflammation of the brain, leading to symptoms such as fever, headache, seizures, and paralysis. JE is caused by the Japanese encephalitis virus, JEV, which belongs to the flavivirus family. The virus is primarily transmitted through the bite of infected mosquitoes, particularly the Culex species. Pigs and birds are the primary reservoirs of the virus, and humans can become infected through the bite of an infected mosquito that has fed on an infected animal. The risk of JE is highest in rural areas of Asia, particularly in areas with rice paddies and pig farming. The disease is most common during the rainy season, when mosquito populations are highest. Travelers to endemic areas are also at risk of contracting JE, particularly if they are staying for an extended period of time or engaging in outdoor activities during peak mosquito hours. Prevention of JE includes vaccination, mosquito control measures, and personal protective measures such as wearing long-sleeved clothing and using insect repellent. There is no specific treatment for JE, and supportive care is the mainstay of treatment for those who become infected. In conclusion, JE is a viral infection transmitted through mosquito bites that primarily affects the central nervous system. It is most common in rural areas of Asia and can be prevented through vaccination and mosquito control measures. Japanese encephalitis, JE, is a viral infection that affects the brain and is transmitted by mosquitoes. The virus responsible for JE is a flavivirus, which is related to the viruses that cause dengue fever, yellow fever, and West Nile fever. JE is most common in rural areas of Asia, particularly in Southeast Asia and the Western Pacific. The virus is transmitted through the bite of infected mosquitoes, primarily of the Culex species. Mosquitoes become infected with the virus when they feed on infected animals, such as pigs and birds, which act as reservoirs for the virus. The virus then multiplies in the mosquito's salivary glands, and when the mosquito feeds on a human, it can transmit the virus to the person. Most people who are infected with JE do not develop symptoms, but in some cases, the virus can cause severe inflammation of the brain, known as encephalitis. Symptoms of JE can include fever, headache, vomiting, confusion, and seizures. In severe cases, JE can lead to coma and death. The risk of getting JE is highest in rural areas where there are large populations of pigs and birds, which can serve as reservoirs for the virus. People who spend a lot of time outdoors, particularly during the evening and early morning when mosquitoes are most active, are also at higher risk of getting infected. There is no specific treatment for JE, and the best way to prevent infection is through vaccination and mosquito control measures. Vaccines are available for people who are at high risk of getting JE, such as travelers to endemic areas and people who live in areas where the virus is common. Mosquito control measures, such as using insect repellent, wearing long-sleeved clothing, and using mosquito nets, can also help prevent infection. In conclusion, Japanese encephalitis is a viral infection that is transmitted by mosquitoes and is most common in rural areas of Asia. The virus is transmitted through the bite of infected mosquitoes, primarily of the Culex species, and can cause severe inflammation of the brain. The risk of getting J is highest in rural areas where there are large populations of pigs and birds, and people who spend a lot of time outdoors are also at higher risk of getting infected. Vaccination and mosquito control measures are the best ways to prevent infection. 1. Garlic. Garlic has antiviral properties that can help fight against Japanese encephalitis virus. It also helps boost the immune system, which can help prevent the disease. 2. Turmeric. Turmeric contains curcumin, which has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. This can help reduce inflammation caused by the virus and prevent damage to the brain. 3. Green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale are rich in antioxidants and vitamins that can help boost the immune system and protect against the virus. 4. Ginger. Ginger has antiviral properties that can help fight against the virus. It also helps reduce inflammation and boost the immune system. 5. Yogurt. Yogurt contains probiotics, which can help boost the immune system and fight against the virus. It also contains calcium and vitamin D, which can help strengthen the bones and prevent complications from the disease. 1. Raw or undercooked pork. Raw or undercooked pork can be contaminated with the Japanese encephalitis virus. Cooking pork thoroughly can kill the virus and prevent infection. 2. Unpasteurized milk. Unpasteurized milk can also be a source of the Japanese encephalitis virus. Pasteurization kills the virus and makes milk safe to consume. 3. Unwashed fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables that are not washed properly can be contaminated with the Japanese encephalitis virus. Washing them thoroughly can remove any virus present and prevent infection. 4. Stagnant water. Stagnant water is a breeding ground for mosquitoes, which can transmit the Japanese encephalitis virus. Avoiding stagnant water and using mosquito repellent can help prevent infection. 5. Uncooked or undercooked shellfish. Shellfish can also be a source of the Japanese encephalitis virus. Cooking shellfish thoroughly can kill the virus and prevent infection. Japanese encephalitis, JE, is a viral infection that is transmitted through the bite of infected mosquitoes, primarily in rural areas of Asia. The disease can cause inflammation of the brain and can be fatal in some cases. However, there are several ways to prevent getting Japanese encephalitis. The most effective way to prevent JE is to get vaccinated. The JE vaccine is recommended for travelers who are planning to visit endemic areas. The vaccine is given in 2 doses, with the second dose given 28 days after the first. It is important to get the vaccine at least 2 weeks before traveling to allow time for the vaccine to take effect. In addition to vaccination, it is important to take measures to avoid mosquito bites. Mosquitoes that transmit JE are most active during the evening and night, so it is important to wear long-sleeved shirts and pants and use insect repellent during these times. Insect repellents containing DEET, picaridin, or IR3535 are most effective. It is also important to take measures to reduce mosquito breeding sites. Mosquitoes breed in stagnant water, so it is important to eliminate standing water around homes and other areas. This can be done by emptying and cleaning containers that hold water, such as flower pots, bird baths, and gutters. Finally, it is important to be aware of the symptoms of GIF and seek medical attention if they occur. Symptoms of GIF include fever, headache, vomiting, confusion, and seizures. In severe cases, the disease can cause coma and death. If you experience any of these symptoms after traveling to an endemic area, it is important to seek medical attention immediately. In conclusion, Japanese encephalitis is a serious disease that can be prevented through vaccination, mosquito bite prevention, and mosquito breeding site reduction. By taking these measures, travelers can reduce their risk of contracting GIF and enjoy a safe and healthy trip. Japanese encephalitis is a viral infection that is transmitted by mosquitoes. It is a serious disease that can cause inflammation of the brain and can lead to permanent brain damage or even death. While there is no specific cure for Japanese encephalitis, there are several ways to manage the symptoms and prevent complications. One of the most effective ways to prevent Japanese encephalitis is through vaccination. The Japanese encephalitis vaccine is recommended for people who are traveling to areas where the disease is common. The vaccine is given in 2 doses, with the second dose given 28 days after the first. It is important to get vaccinated at least 10 days before traveling to ensure that the vaccine has time to take effect. If you do contract Japanese encephalitis, there are several ways to manage the symptoms. Treatment typically involves supportive care, such as rest, fluids, and pain relievers. In severe cases, hospitalization may be necessary to provide intravenous fluids and other supportive measures. Antiviral medications may also be used to treat Japanese encephalitis. These medications can help to reduce the severity of the symptoms and may also help to prevent complications. However, antiviral medications are not always effective and may not be available in all areas. Preventing mosquito bites is also an important part of managing Japanese encephalitis. This can be done by wearing long-sleeved shirts and pants, using insect repellent, and staying indoors during peak mosquito activity times. Mosquito nets can also be used to protect against bites while sleeping. In conclusion, while there is no specific cure for Japanese encephalitis, there are several ways to manage the symptoms and prevent complications. Vaccination, supportive care, antiviral medications, and mosquito bite prevention are all important strategies for preventing and managing this serious disease. I hope you found this information helpful. Please consider subscribing and setting notifications for future updates.